Director for North Dakota League of Cities, and he joins us to tell us all about his organization as well as about the essay contest that Krista just mentioned. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Give me a little background on what is the North Dakota League of Cities and what is it that you guys do?
Yeah, you guys sound like superheroes.
Yeah,
We
you
are.
do.
Yes, of course. We're the League of Cities. Yes. So I like to premise that to start with. North Dakota has 355 cities.
Wow.
And 76% of the population lives there. There's a little tidbit of information I'll give you is 307 of those cities have less than 1,000 people.
Really?
I
So
believe
North
it's-
Dakota is just a rural community, but we provide service. I mean, we're here to serve the cities. We provide education, advocacy at the Capitol. We do a lot of research, just help our cities do their jobs.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here.
Excellent. So lots of resources.
Yes.
So we talked about the essay contest as we were coming out of the break here. So what is the If I Were a Mayor contest? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's great. So third and seventh graders can write essays, and if they can think big, what would they do if they're mayor? And it's amazing what they come up with. And that's really the contest. There's a $150 prize for the winner. We pick one third grader, one seventh grader, so that's some motivation. But we just love to hear what kids are thinking, what they think is going to be important to them if they could be the mayor.
You know, Ainsley was the winner in the third grade contest. Now this is for third through seventh graders, and you pick a winner in each category, right?
Yep,
Each grade
third,
group.
only seventh. So
Okay,
two
just the
categories.
two. Okay, so we've got third grade Ainsley. She is from Divide County Elementary School. And I just thought it was, you and Jennifer and your office sent us some of these quotes. I thought Ainsley's was so good. I would like to find a way to help make it a CARES community for our numerous veterans and also find a way to get our nursing home back open.
Yeah.
And I think you brought up a great point, and we're going to read the seventh grade winner as well. They're not asking for toys.
Yeah.
They're not saying, Xboxes for everyone. They're asking for things that matter.
Yeah, things that the community really could use and put to good use.
Yes, I'm always amazed. I mean, as executive director, I get to do a lot of fun things for our cities, but reading these essays, I would say, is one of my favorites. And we hear anything from our Main Street businesses to sidewalks to, recreation centers to help bring people to their community and activities for kids. I mean, they just have a lot of great ideas.
Yeah.
Did you want to read Layla's?
Yeah, something that stole. So Layla from Scranton was one of the winners last year, and something that she mentioned that I thought was interesting. Like she said, people think growing up in large cities is great because you got Walmart, you got McDonald's, you have things like that. But my small town is great because it's a small town. People know each other. And then something else that she wanted was a library. And I guess I grew up in a town with a library, so I kind of took that for granted. And just, kids just want the small things that benefit everyone.
Yeah, and our winners, Crosby, Scranton last year, I mean, those are small North Dakota communities, and they appreciate the small town, but they also see what would make a vibrant community to them, and it's really great. I tell mayors when I visit with them, you have some competition coming up.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
future is
Don't
bright
get
for
comfortable.
mayors.
You better watch out in that 2048 election because they're coming for your seat, right? You get great participation. What, 600 entries last year, something like that?
We had more, 900 from
900.
60
Nice.
schools. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we want to double it, triple it. I mean, we'll take them all. We have communities that read these essays for us, and we just start necking it down. And it's great. I mean, it's a fun activity.
So, I'm sorry, Wayne, can teachers, do they just contact the League of Cities to get their schools to participate, or if a teacher's out there that they want to do this year, how do they do that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, our website's a great place to start, ndlc.org. The deadline is March 15th, but we got an extra day this year.
Yes.
Right? So we got all kinds of extra time. But a couple weeks is enough time to get on our website, find out the information, and get engaged. Yeah, we'd love to have as many participants as we can.
Yeah.
Do you read each and every one of them?
So I don't.
You've got people that do, though.
Yeah,
that
and
go
I
through
read. I
every
would say I
one.
read about 50. I mean, we just kind of break them
Yeah,
up among the
yeah.
groups, and I enjoy the third grade ones, but I like the seventh graders
Yeah.
as well.
Those are
Yes,
pretty cool.
They're
Yeah.
all great.
Tell me about we're going to be short on time here in a minute, but tell me about Jan Jordan Scholarship. What's that about?
Yeah, so Jan Jordan, the individual, worked for the League of Cities. She's still around. She's a great person, great individual. She brought a lot of gravitas to the importance of serving a city. And so in her honor, I mean, we've created a scholarship program, and it's open to we'll say students of city employees. So if you're a city employee,
cool.
you get
Okay.
to submit for an application for a scholarship. We give 3 $1,000 scholarships every year, really to honor Jad and the work she did for the League of Cities.
Wow, amazing. She must have been or she is a very special
Oh,
person.
still, yeah. She comes by the office occasionally. I mean, she volunteers here in Bismarck for a few places. I mean, she's a great individual, yes.
Wonderful. And so you said you have a lot of fun in your position as executive director. There's other upcoming things that you guys are planning too as well.
Right, yeah. So in Minot, we'll be there the 19th and 20th for our spring workshop and elected official training. So we take a lot of pride in our education and training programs that we offer, you know, because we want to educate our staff that are working within the city and our elected officials. So we are really that go-to shop for education and training that they need, and we try to move it around the state to get as much impact as we can, because North Dakota's a big state, 355 cities. You know, it's a lot.
It's a lot of people to reach.
Yes, that's right. But
We're down to 1 minute. City of the Year, that's coming up as well. What's that
Right.
about?
yeah, City of the Year. So they submit applications, 355 of them. We want to hear what your city has done over a long period of time to grow and be a community. I mean, city is the title, but we think of them as communities,
Yeah.
right? And so they submit information. Gilby, who won last year,
Yes.
great story. I mean, they took a community center there that had, you know, fallen in disrepair, like an old Main Street business, and they revitalized it, brought forward a community center for them, and it actually has a coffee shop inside.
cool.
And
Wow.
it really brings a sense of community. And when you read those essays, they talk about community and bringing
Yes, they
people
do.
together and friends. And I mean, that's what we're about at the League of Cities, is ensuring we build strong communities.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we want to point out, and Matt's going to tell us how to enter this contest. We want to point out, public, private, homeschool, doesn't matter. This contest is open
and
to
people-
anybody.
If we get an essay from an individual, saw it online, we would read it and rank it with the rest.
Great.
There you go. You can mail it to the office or email it. There you see it, and got to be in by what, 16 days from now, something. like
Yeah,
that.
wow, that's right. I would think 15, but yes,
Yeah.
you're right, 16. A little more in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So, yep, send
Plenty
it
of
in.
time. Plenty of time to write something up.
All right, Matt Gardner from the North Dakota League of Cities. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Joining
Sounds
us.
like a fun contest.
Yeah.
It is.
Fun to read. All right, stay with us. We have much more to come when North Dakota Today continues.